understand the theory perfectly, my dear, but I cannot apply it when life is really here. Reality, reality. My major problem is reality. I lead long conversations with you in my head, but I cannot repeat them when you're really here. Reality, reality. All goodness lost to stone cold reality. The mirror in the bathroom has been a long time friend, has done better for me than any mirror can. Reality, reality. I tell him tales of cruel, cruel reality. Although of late he has been quite cold, I smile at him, but he ain't smiling back. Hospital, hospital. I might have to go into a hospital. Reality, reality. I cannot tell dreams from reality. All these years have passed, do you feel them too? Some things are not easy to put to sleep. I've been thinking of you, thinking of you, but you sure weren't thinking of me. So let's try and put these past things behind. No point to cry over a milk that has been spilled. Let's find out, let's find out if we can get something new to drink. I know you don't believe me, it's so hard to explain. Things get awful strange when your mind detaches from your brain. It's day outside, it's day outside, but he's trying to convince you that it's night. Reality, reality. My major problem is reality. I stumbled upon him by mere accident, avoiding some shallow, tiresome end. Please don't stand in my sun, because I don't trust anyone. But before the moon showed its chin, all of my soul was with him. All of my soul was with him. He pulled me in and I didn't complain. In bliss of beginning I failed to explain that I never did this with ease. Although I'll be aiming to please, there shouldn't be anyone here for a strange woman like me, a very strange woman like me. There must be some mystical force at work here, 'cause I don't know where he ends and I begin. He asked me to never forget, it's not the first life in which we have met, and all of the lives that we've led are mixing up in a bed, are mixing up in a bed. Closeness of spirit and bodies conjoined, giving me some insane distant hope that he would never do wrong, and I'll never have to write him a song. So I try to be sensible, not to bother him or overwhelm, so foolishly unaware of the power I allowed him to have, the great power I allowed him to have. Mere months after we lit a fire in Rostock, he's colder than a winter in Vladivostok, and all of the things that he said, I'm mirroring events in a bed, I'm not mirroring events in a bed. The switch is so sudden and I'm frozen in fear. I know the unhappy ending is near. It's hard to explain this next part, 'cause he's holding the remains of my heart. I committed the original sin when he asked me to give it to him, and when he asked me, I gave it to him. He says separation is the thing that makes sense, so he wouldn't betray me for anyone else. Nothing he said sounded right. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's probably my fault, I should be more feminine, and so blindly devoted and overly sensitive. I'm not doing this thing the right way, 'cause I really mean the things that I say. I really mean the things that I say. The pillars of pain are indisputable. They say she used to be so beautiful. The anguish is leaving its trace and catching up with my face. In vision it reasserts that everything inside of me hurts, that everything inside of me hurts. And he moves forward just plowing ahead, and I still ruminate on the things he has said. In demeanor he tries to assert that he is the one that is hurt, I'm sick and tired of men who make martyrs out of themselves, who make martyrs out of themselves. I couldn't utter a word and I stay silent still. My tongue is refusing to reveal how I feel. So go to your parties and days. My heart has closed its weak gaze, and I am the one that it hates for opening its guarded frontier. Yes, it's made it so painfully clear how truly alone I am here, how very truly alone I am here. The inklings of follow will close its eyes soon, like a stillborn in that its premature tomb. And all of the tiresome men who make martyrs out of themselves, it shouldn't leave them perplexed that in this life or the next, those who rule will be made to serve, as we all get what we deserve, and we all get what we deserve in the end. Yes, we all get what we deserve in the end. If I'm being totally honest, on this day that don't seem to end, I don't think you see me that clearly, and you don't make me feel all that good. And if I'm being totally honest, my mind has gone out for a walk, and I'm growing increasingly weary of listening to you talk. And when it comes back, it really should tell of the words that brought it to tears. And now it's not keen on hearing more about your boring little affairs. And if I'm being totally honest, I'm not that interested in your thoughts. I just needed the warmth of a body, and you couldn't even give me that. And if I'm being totally honest, we will never be the same, because you are at the very beginning, and I'm nearly reaching the end. And if you really wanted me to be by your side, you wouldn't be acting like this. You'd close that little mouth and touch my warm cheek and admit how selfish you've been. And if I'm being totally honest, I couldn't love you even if I really tried. Your childish ways are only a pebble in these emerald walls that I've built. And all of this is reaction of a soul that's too tired to talk, and wonders why it's surrounded by all of these sexless men. If you really think you can turn my strange wheel and stop your finger on the part that you like, I would say you have to remove it and continue listening to its spin. And if I'm being totally honest, I don't know you my thoughts, so I'll remove my sacred intentions from your pale colonial skin. And if I'm being totally honest, this is not what I need. You just want me to act like the version of me that you've dreamt up in your head. You are afraid of the other world, you're trying to hide it from me. I've been there a while, you'd retreat if you knew how lonesome this journey has been. And if I'm being totally honest, you are not what I need. I need a man that won't close his eyes when I show him how selfish I've been. And if I'm being totally honest, here comes a sobering thought. We are not in love, we just got nothing else going on. Writing an unplanned goodbye. He wants to force me in a little hole that he's created, but he's filled it with all the things he claimed he hated. Go fuck yourself, you condescending piece of shit. You almost convinced me that I'm the one that's crazy. Your grandiose speeches never fail to amaze me. Why don't you lie down for a year to a tree? You'll be just a side note in the history of me. And go fuck yourself, you pretentious piece of shit. He thinks genius is whiskey and XY chromosome. My boy here's got a bad case of the Bukowski syndrome. I'm just here to say I've listened to your album throughout. My darling, you got nothing to be pretentious about. And go fuck yourself, you fake moralist. You wanna put words into mouths of another while your entire persona is downloaded from Tumblr. I can't even tell if there's a real human in their head or just some sort of manufactured little PC robot kid. If growing without hurting's what you're trying to achieve, little darling, you got a whole lot of life still to live. And go fuck yourself with your excuses of bad childhood. Well, I'm in for a pound and in for a penny. Someone's been called a special little boy one time too many. It's time someone finally tells you what's up. You're over 35, darling, it's time to grow the fuck up. Accept consequences for your behavior, laddie, and stop blaming it all on mommy and daddy. And go fuck yourself, Vanja Zaimović. You just sit in your hole in this fine summer weather. 1 second you're worse than everyone, and next one you're better. It's time someone finally tells you what's up. You're 32, darling, wake the fuck up. Finish these stories which you stay true to return wasting your life watching videos on YouTube. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Your hands on me and say you should be mine. A guy like me can wait his whole life to meet a woman like you. And at first I'm not sure if I like you that much, but I'm willing to give it a try. And each of our meetings is better than last one, but I have a feeling something about you is off. As we say in Croatia, I won't light a fire while the rabbit is still in the forest. And then one day you get so serious on me and say you're not like other guys. You cannot move past the wounds of your childhood, and you're not able to keep a good thing alive. If only you knew how many men hold this stance, you'd know how stupid you sound. Well, I learned my lesson a long time ago, and I ain't here to be anyone's mother. My old boy, there's no one in this world who can save you from yourself. And sure, there were times when I was much younger, when a guy like you can make me utterly hurt. I love the perspective your 30s can give, 'cause now this just makes me laugh. Your proclivity to spew out these shallow life stances make it hard to fathom you're almost 40. And with a slight risk of sounding too harsh, I'll say your problems are really not that uncommon. And the outlining forms of your psychological profile are much simpler than you'd like to think. An overbearing mother, a distant father, and here you are, my darling, you're so complex. And I admit there are times I dread having a son, for a fear he'll end up like you. Sometimes I really can't tell if you're joking, or are you really that dumb? Let me tell you a secret I've learned from similar spirits. You're not love impaired, my darling, you are just selfish. 'Cause someone told you long time ago that you should always have all that you want. And maybe it worked thus far for beauty of your face, but for me, it's not gonna fit. And if I may offer a piece of advice, I'd say rethink your selfish position. You're still relatively young for a man, but life will get very lonely for you after you're 50. Because things get a bit more severe when all your friends slowly start dying. And it's not that you don't have some certain charm, and some things you say sound very well thought out. But something deep inside of me tells me you just say things you think I wanna hear. Things that you've learned from Googling my name and listening to my songs on repeat. And with a slight fear of sounding too harsh, I'll say you still just really don't know who you are. And I don't care if other girls think you're so handsome. For me, it's not gonna work. 'Cause if this is really the best you can do, I'd rather move on to somebody better. Is very strange, it changes every day. Just when you think you've got it, it turns the other way. All these months I wondered what I couldn't understand. Couldn't put my finger on it and explain how I am. Now I finally get it, now I see you very clear. There's a big discrepancy between things you do things that you say. in solitude, am I exactly who I am? Outside I'm always on the defense, always doubting myself. Well, if there's one thing that I've learned from this shit you've put me through, you don't need a lover, and I don't need a producer. I went nearly crazy from songs piled up in my head, waiting for someone to put them into an expensive microphone. There's another thing I've learned from this little episode. There's no one in this world that you can count on but yourself. So here is a conclusion that I've happily drawn. You can't commit to a lover, and I can't commit to a producer. It's been 7 years since the dawning of these songs. I'd much rather be a writer and the poet that I am, so I can create my own worlds, not have to lean on anyone. But even greatest poem in the world from a poet that's a star monetarily will not get you very far. So to give myself a chance and escape this world I don't fit in, I've translated all those poems and I made myself sing. I remember when I left for the city that I'm in. I've made a little concert for acquaintances and friends. There was this guy there, and there's always one like him, saying you shouldn't sing in a language that's not native to your town. They got plenty of Englishmen there trying to make it true. You think you're something special, you think they're waiting for you. They won't even move past your strange Balkan name. You're not even a musician, you can barely play a guitar. Well, where I'd be today if I listened to idiots like him, trying to fit me in a box they created for themselves. I said, you're looking for the key in places that are wrong. I don't sing a language, I sing what I am. I don't practice my guitar, I don't practice my voice. I don't write because I want to, I just got no other choice. Poets don't live in the world of every day. Yeah, musicians here are countless, but I guarantee you, they got nobody like me. So I've made it through against all of the odds, despite always being on the outside, always doubting myself. And now, to honor the great wisdom of this man, just for the heck of it, I'll sing one verse in Croatian. To je sudba male tranzicijske zemlje. Uvijek neko drugi zna bolje, uvijek je bolje nešto treće. Zlatni kavez kola krvlju naše nacije. Bitna je potvrda od drugog, pozornost nekog trećeg. Ako radiš nešto dobro, niko te neće pitat gdje si. Ništa od tog nije bitno ako ti znaš tko jesi. Kada razmišljam o nama van uobičajenih priča, niko mi nije draži od naše slavenske nacije. Duboko u sebi ja sam pravi patriota, a nije da tu u krasnoj Evropi manjka idiota. Now to get back to what I was saying before, before. I'm gonna stop waiting for a savior, stop doubting myself. Just like Eva said, darling, you're good on your own. You'll be alright without an expensive microphone. Just do what you can with what you got, and not let some stupid guy have power over your heart. Here is the last thing I'll say before we're through. You believed in my voice and you understood who I was. All the bad things don't overshadow all the fun. I'll always cherish that and won't forget what you've done. But you've turned a good thing into a living nightmare. Well, the greater the climb, the greater the fall. So I'm writing this song to make some sense of it all. You've lured me in with understanding, then became so very cruel. I turned to a measly shadow of a man I thought I knew. The disappointment was too great, so now I bid you adieu. So, in conclusion of my little lo-fi masterpiece, life is always changing and you should always change with it. I'll make this thing work if it was the last thing that I did. I can't be my own lover, but I can be my own producer. Has settled at last. Let me bring this thing to its end. There are a few things that need to be said. This is not a song, it's more of a statement. You tried to tread lightly to keep me around, but at that you were unsuccessful. One thing which stuck from your little speech, that we're the same and you were my equal. Well, I had some time to calmly conduct a thorough investigation, and the evidence gathered clearly suggests we're not the same, I am way better. You went off running to give all your time to your vaguely talented friends. But despite all the gimmicks and expensive effects, than me they will never be better. I realize now that I'm boldly and Nancy, bound by the highest commitment. And after everything is said and done, I've got the talent, you just got the equipment. It's a difficult thing being of nature, both insecure and assertive. But I finally reached a point where I'm sure we're not the same, I'm so blatantly better. The tumultuous age is now behind me. To tell you the truth, I've never been calmer. Stuck between the person I was and the person I'm about to become. Well, you stated your piece and I've stated mine, and I've got nothing to add. So I'll take myself further into the past and talk to somebody else. Despite all my forgiving attempts, this friendship cannot continue. What an original diagnosis you have, an unconscious manipulator. I've done all in my power to be a friend and forgive all your little intrigues and all the serious offenses committed. Who's counting? But this was the third. You gave me a very clear indication that the time of enlightenment was nearing. Well, my enlightenment is reaching its peak, and your enlightenment is still a teenager. When I add and subtract all our times together, they don't add up to a number that's even. You've been more of a foe than a friend. If I were you, I'd be ashamed. You made it seem like it's all understood, and it wasn't a fault of us neither. Oh, just how wrong can one woman be? He's not dumb, but he ain't that smart either. Some previous words were opposing this fact, but now it's all clear and apparent. I've actually worked to transform this advantage. We're not the same, and don't you forget it. You can argue that I am too harsh in these words. Well, you were harsh in your deeds. You've done it to me, but that's where it ends. I don't want you any close to my children. And while I'm at it, another message to someone I'm taking, you gotta stop calling. He's the final destination for me, and then you, he's about 1,000,000 times better. We all been there at times, that's just how it is. My girl, you gotta stop complaining. Self-pity is universal, solace for the hurt, but when it's endless, it's just plain narcissism. At times you hurt, at times you get hurt. We made deals with both God and the devil. I wish all of you a joyous way forward, and all the best from Pula, Veruda.